Hey, what's up team? That Logic Pro guy here. Today we're gonna do things a little bit different. We're gonna take a step sequencer slash sampler in Circuit Rhythm by Novation, and we're gonna connect that to Logic Pro. After that, we're gonna make sure everything is synchronized so that when I record the tracks into Logic Pro, everything is perfectly lined up. After that, I'm gonna show you how I organize everything, a little bit of housekeeping, so to speak, and that's that. Look, I love working on my studio. It's the happiest place on earth for me, but every once in a while I like to go into this creative station, creative mode, where I'm no longer binded by the three-dimensional rules of music production. I'd sometimes just want to make music and just kind of work on the fly. And so creativity has its place everywhere and anywhere. It doesn't just live within your laptop, right, in that corner of your room. And so I just want to show you how to be able to take ideas, whether it's a sampler, a sequencer, what have you, and take those ideas into Logic Pro with ease. So let's get right into it. So you can see that I've already prepared everything in advance, and I'll go ahead and delete everything in a second here. But first, let's synchronize the step sequencer with Logic Pro. So for that, we're going to go into File, we're going to go into the Project Settings, and go into Synchronization. Under the MIDI tab, go ahead and select the destination and then enable the clock. Something that should be said is that your sequencer or sampler is going to have internal settings to send and receive MIDI data. With that being said, make sure that all of that is enabled. Here's an example of Circuit Rhythm and some of the things that I have to turn on in order to get this all to work. All right, and then just for the sake of example, I'm just gonna isolate input number 3 and input number 4, which I have this connected to. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play right now just so you can hear the idea that we're working with. Alright, so we'll go ahead and delete everything, line up the playhead of bar 1, record enable the track, and I'll hit record. One of the problems with stopping abruptly like this is that obviously the file is going to also cut abruptly. So one of the things I recommend you do is that you stop not by using spacebar your computer, but by stopping the unit within the sequencer or sampler itself. And it's going to sound significantly different. Let me show you what I mean. So we get the lush reverb tail. It sounds really nice. A couple of things to take note. Creatively speaking, we can drop this down an octave. Let's see what that sounds like. You have to start thinking outside of the box. What can I do with this? It's one of the reasons I record a full version, just to simply experiment with it. Let's see what it sounds like up an octave. Here we go. See, that sounds really awesome. So I'll definitely be using that when I start to actually produce this song. So now I'm going to create a new audio track and I'll put this within the track stack. And so I've got the stereo version up here. Here I have a new audio track. If I hit Command D, now I have 2 audio tracks. They're both connected to input number 3. So we're going to change that, because I have the unit connected to input 3 and 4. On track 3, we'll pan hard left, and on track 4, we'll pan hard right. All right, let's go ahead, record enable both of these. Here we go. Again, stopping the song with the unit itself just to get that lovely ending. If I hit X and open up the mixer, we're going to disable all of these inputs just so things don't get messy at all. This time I'll create 2 more tracks. We'll do it within the new tracks dialog window. And it's probably easier to do this way simply because not only can I select the input from here, but I can also choose ascending, which when I create 2 tracks, it's going to auto assign input number 3 and input number 4. I'll record enable the track, and here we go. All right, first one set to input 3, second one set to input 4, and this one will be panned hard left, this one will be panned hard right, this will be melody L, copy paste, hit tab, switch this over to the right. All right, let's record this. Okay, now bear in mind, if you're not getting enough input gain, you can lift up the volume of your unit as well. The melody is done. They're both selected here. So let's go ahead and put these tracks within a track stack. Shift Command D will do that. You can also go up to the main menu bar and create a track stack using a summing stack, as that is what's going to allow us to process. The folder stack is strictly for organizational purposes. And so this is the melody group, and we will proceed doing this with every single track. So now let's record the bass, for example. Now, inevitably, a problem is that I don't want my song to end like this. I want there to be an actual whole note playing everything out. And so I'm going to do that off screen, but I just want to record a whole note so that it just basically records all the way through at the end. And I have something that sounds just a little bit more natural. So let me go ahead and do that now. Okay, so this sounds decent, but we're going to have to stretch out this note to let it sound a bit more convincing. So I'll make sure I'm off of the grid. I then select both regions, hold Option for time stretching capabilities, and let's see what this sounds like. Okay, that sounds a little bit better. I'm still going to stretch it out a little bit further. Now all we have to do is add a beat to the tracks area. Obviously you can make this yourself, but just for the sake of brevity, we're gonna go into the loop browser. They've got some great beats in here. So we'll go ahead and drag in Big Dreams beat, and that's gonna sound like this. Now I just want to add a bit of a fill here at the end, and here's what that sounds like. So this is one hybrid workflow in many workflows. I really like all the units by Novation. I think they're simple enough to learn for a beginner, and I think they sound really great, and that's a great motivator when you are starting off in music. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you'd like to see, please let me know. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video connecting a step sequencer / sampler into your computer, making sure everything is synchronized, and then sending those tracks over to Logic Pro. This is that Logic Pro guy signing out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.